All right, here we go. It is the go home show for Rockett Pro Wrestling. This is the Power Hour and maybe even the go home show for PX. But we'll talk about that in a minute. I'm Steve, along with the Urban Sensation, as we welcome back after a brief absence the one, the only, the legend, the outlaw, the trailblazer, known as C Red. Hello, Red. Welcome back. God damn it, we missed you, motherfucker.
No, you didn't.
Yes, we did. Yes,
Didn't
we
miss me at
did.
all.
Yes, we did. We missed you. We love you, Red. Ready?
Oh yeah, let's get this show going because you talking all this mad shit about
We're
fantasy
gonna get this show
football,
going. We're
but
gonna talk some.
you ain't mentioning you picked the Steelers defense,
I didn't pick no Steelers defense.
bro. Yeah,
I
you
picked,
did,
no, I picked the Bears.
bro. In the other league, you picked the Steelers defense, bro.
Yeah, I
And
did.
Tampa been the first round. You beat me to him, Steve.
I things were getting a little. See, that's the only league I'm in that before we do that, welcome PX. Pat is participating in his final Power Hour tonight. Uh, you know, Pat, we've loved having you as part of the team. Fuck you for making me have to make another new graphic after I just made one I really liked. So that sucks. Um, you're leaving the Power Hour. Are you leaving JFW as well, or are you just leaving us because you don't like us?
So I'll just sort of explain things because I know I've been asked quite a bit. And I'm talking as Pat. I couldn't reach out to Top Fan. I didn't hear from the podcast Papa. So you're stuck with Pat tonight. So a few weeks back, actually, as we were finishing filming the Lovely Intoxicated movie, I noticed I was in quite a bit of pain. And I was dealing with some issues in my personal life. And it just kind of gave me this realization that I need to start. I'm 30 years old and I need to start taking better care of myself. Whatever I was in the hospital for, and I appreciate your well wishes last week. Um, I was just tired of feeling. I've been feeling like crap a lot of the time. So I'm trying to better prioritize my health, and then also, I'm looking to potentially start grad school, maybe. So I'm going to be really looking into things like that this fall. I'm going to be sticking with JFW for the time being. Um, who knows what things are going to look like with the LIM after the release of the Lovely Intoxicated movie. But I just want to take a little bit more time to, not just build up my health, but also, some personal goals of mine, some professional goals of mine. And it was a very difficult decision to come to sort of try to balance everything out and figure out like what sacrifices were going to have to be made. So it's not a decision that I made lightly. I've really, really enjoyed being part of Power Hour. I've really enjoyed, putting up the pictures and watching everybody's reactions to them. When Rion asked me a year ago to join, I was so excited at the opportunity, and I've had so much fun. But I just think it's time that I need to, and I think this goes for a lot of other aspects of my life, just try to get my health back to being in a better place and get to a point where, I can make a little bit more money at the shoot job and things like that. So, I'm very, very grateful for the opportunity to, have been part of the show. I'm always happy to come back whenever you need me or whenever you want a guest or anything like that. So I wouldn't say it's a goodbye, but a see you later.
Until next time.
Exactly.
Well, we'll have you on periodically to talk fantasy football since you're involved in the Kidlat Lightning Dome Shivering Bitches League. Now, I don't know if you saw last week, PX, but I opened the forum for everybody in our league to come in and have a little fun, and only Motivation Mike uh, took us up on that offer. And man, bunch of shivering bitches in that league.
Man, I was really hoping to see my dad, Flash Harris,
Yeah, Flash. Yeah, Flash. Fuck Flash Harris.
who I'm playing week 1.
Yeah, you're gonna beat Flash Harris because Flash Harris doesn't know the first thing about football. He likes green and gold things. That tells you all you need to know about that homeboy and what he likes and doesn't like when it comes to football.
Yeah, I mean, that's like the one thing that me and my dad disagree on, but
Yeah,
end of the day, I still love him. Still
yeah.
my dad, still saved
As
me
you
from
should.
the idol.
As you should. I miss his Smash and Flash days, but that's about the long and the short of it. I still want him to be my retirement match, so he can kill me and do it convincingly, so I can leave on a good note. We welcome, of course, now to the Power Hour our friend Rion Skills. He may or may not talk. He is out in the world somewhere. We know not where. We know not why. We know not how. We just know he's there, and sometimes that's enough. Hello, Rion.
Hi, Rian.
He's probably driving, or he might be siding a house, or making a roof, or
Hello.
building a
Just
shelter
saying
for
up.
humanity. Hey, how you doing, Rion?
Okay. Just letting everybody know that I'm here.
We're glad to see you.
Saying hello. All
Hello.
right. Hi.
All right. Hello, Ria. Yeah.
Hello.
So we have really enjoyed your contributions to the Power Hour. You don't really get I never get to you to talk very much, but the fact that you're there each and every week doing photos and being part of the team, and helping us promote and all the things you do, it's been great. We've really enjoyed it. It's been fun having you part of the gang, and you never really leave the Power Hour. You'll be back at some point doing things. So I'm not gonna wax too poetically. Maybe, you know what? This is kind of ass backwards, but why not? We're here. It's now. We'll talk football in a minute, but Red, our good friend Pac-Man, PX, Pat, Podcast Papa, uh, the one fan, or whatever, the top fan, whatever he calls himself. He's leaving our show, and I feel like it might be a great way to send him off than with a special batch of Sea Red's roses.
Really? We're going to just go there early.
We're gonna go there early because, like I said, we have time now before our guests.
Oh, yeah. Just kill the time. I
And
mean, what is there to say that you haven't said when this was created? It was a 2-man operation, which
God, that seems like a
blossomed
long time ago, doesn't it?
forever.
If you go on our YouTube channel, you can see some of the very early incarnations of this show. When it was you and me, Red Boy, we had some very spirited conversations, but that's a story for another time. Go ahead.
Yeah. And then it blossomed into 4 people, 5 that we love. So I hate to hear that you're leaving. But I understand the importance of your health. I understand the importance of taking on another life challenge in grad school. I understand work, so we cannot fault you for wanting to better yourself, improve your life, and your well-being, not just for you, but your family, your friends, your loved ones. So you will be missed. Like Steve said, your pictures were the best. Leave it to you for somebody to make a comment, and within the next 30 seconds, you've created some kind of picture,
Yeah,
so
solely responsible for this.
I mean, yeah, he kind of
The
changed the whole
tribal
dynamic.
liaison.
He changed the whole dynamic of what we have become, you know.
Yep.
So we are going to really miss that, you know. Uh, but I thank you personally for uh, spending each Tuesday night, if you didn't have to work, you made sure you got on in some shape, form, or fashion. Um, and you help entertain us. And I'm gonna be honest, even for me, there were nights where I was like, I'm really not feeling tonight. And then you would just start with the pictures, and it's like, oh boy, this is the greatest shit ever. Like, so um I I thank you from the bottom of my heart. You know, I'll I'll see you. It ain't like I won't see you ever again.
Saturday, you'll see him.
Yeah, Saturday.
Right. But I'm just saying,
Let's try to win
And
that
then the
match of the
following
year,
Friday.
huh?
dude, I've got my fingers crossed.
That would be awesome.
I'm hoping, because they don't have like a commentary award or anything like that. It's like, oh, you got to go out there and beat somebody's ass in order to get an award around this joint. Okay, all right. So, there's no manager of the year or anything like that.
There's no enhancement talent award.
Right, So, so I've got fingers, toes, eyeballs, and other body parts crossed. That we walk away Saturday together with that. But outside of that, Pat, I love you. You already know that.
I love you too, Red.
I told the missus tonight you were leaving, and she was, that's good for him. And I was like, oh, okay, you support it. All right. So if she supports it, I cannot go against her wishes. But
Happy
that
wife,
just
happy life.
no, but that just shows that she understands that, he's got other things in life, he wants to follow, and succeed with. And, I'm standing behind Pat 100%, because I get it, graduate's degree and, you know, get more money at said job, or go on to bigger job, making more money. Hey, and he's got the youth behind him. He's got more days ahead of him.
Yeah, he's only fucking 30, man. Do you remember when we were 30? Neither do I.
Man, I got more days behind me than I do in front.
We have more days behind than we have ahead. That much is true.
So we love you, Pat, and you will always be welcome here, regardless to who's on or what we're talking about.
You'll still be on the chat in Facebook, and you'll still get the coordinates every night, every Tuesday night. So if you're thinking you want to pop on, you will always be welcome. That's the one thing about this show. Once you're on, you're on. If the Macho Ghost decided he wanted to come back and take a few swings, we would welcome him back as well. We do this because it's fun. We do this because people seem to like it a little bit. And we get to put over our friends, and we get to put over people we work with that deserve to be put over. And, you tonight get put over because, what you brought to the show is not lost on us. And, like Red said, we understand your value. We appreciate it. And we'll see you again. We'll see you around the bend.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, like I said, it's not a, goodbye. It's a see you later. I'll be around, and when I know I got to play you guys, in that league at some point. So maybe I gotta come on, talk a little smack, get in your heads a little bit, maybe make you overthink your roster. So I get that little competitive advantage. So, but I'll be back. I'll be around.
You'll try. You'll
Yeah.
try.
But the one thing that I will say about Power Hour and Power Hour really got me into podcasts. And this was like way before you guys had LIM on for the very first time. The one thing that I always enjoy and I love about this show is just the positivity that everybody brings to the world. Like, I think Rion, when I started listening, Rion always talked about bringing levity. And, it's something that always stuck with me. And then, like, when you guys had me on as a guest for the first time, and I think I've said this, it was like right as I was getting started and starting to get more involved with the business. And, I remember I messaged Rion a couple days after, and because I messaged all you guys to say thank you for having us on. But I had said, something to the effect of, having us on, it was cool to be on as fans. And he reminded me, he's like, all of us in this business were fans at some point.
100%.
And, because I know that idea to have us on was Cactus's. And between Cactus wanting us on and Rion, saying what he said, that little bit of imposter syndrome that I had as I was starting and to get a feel for the business, it really started to go away. And I got to do a lot of really cool things with everybody. I was in a match with C-Red. I got to tag team with C-Red.
No one will ever forget it. You went from super fan to superstar quicker than anybody I've ever seen. So, your occurrence and your presence in wrestling has changed many times over the last year, and that's a credit to you, man, because not everybody can do it, pull it off, and people don't try to shit talk them or minimize their efforts because everybody knows how hard you work. So, whether you're on the top of the food chain or you're, on the bottom of the food chain as enhancement talent, you have crossed over and you've done it through hard work and being there. And everybody says that when it comes to wrestling, everybody says, be there early, stay late, do extra stuff, do stuff they don't even ask you to do, help, be a part of the team. And you and the LIM personified that. You became the official Chet supporters, and you've been instrumental in helping the Shelleys do various things, and they have given you opportunity not because they had to, but because you've earned it. And I think that's important. You've earned your spot, you've earned your place, and nobody can take it away from you. So congratulations. It's been a hell of a ride, and I look forward to see where you go from here. You deserve the best, and we appreciate having you on our little thing here as part of your adventure. So it's been great to watch. It's been great to be a part of, and we're always here for you.
I appreciate that, Steve. I really, really do.
Now, can you please tell me what the fuck is happening on JFW? This Travis Steve stuff is starting to bring me down, man. And I'm not going to crap talk Travis because that doesn't work anymore, and I'm over that. But my God, every time something happens or I do something, he has got to humiliate me in some form or fashion. So what gives?
So here's what I'm going to say with that. Have you ever watched the video version of the JFW podcast?
I have never watched the video version.
You need to watch the video version of the JFW podcast to see what Travis Steve looks like as he's talking.
I am okay.
It is it's a very good impression, Steve.
I'm sure.
Like I think I said a couple weeks ago that imitation is the sincerest form of flattery.
I would not 99.9% of the time, I would agree with that. Like when we had many people doing Rion impersonations, that was 100% true for everybody that did it. Travis is not coming at my impression with any semblance of respect or love. He is just trying to bring me down. I don't know why. I work hard for his little Freaknet Studios thing. I try my best. We try to be a part of it. We advertise, we share his stuff. But
I mean,
still,
you threatened some knockouts
I
last
didn't
week.
threaten any knockouts. They attacked. I was attacked, and I said I wasn't going to take it. They better watch their shit. That's all I said.
I mean, you kind of did.
I didn't make specific threats.
Not a specific threat, but you still.
Did you hear?
were
Did you see what happened?
I didn't see what happened, but I heard about it.
Right. She was in the sin bin or the dungeon, as they were calling it that night. Next thing I know, I got lariated out of my chair and she tried to choke me to death. So what am I supposed to do? Say, hey, that's great.
I mean, you can't really hit a girl, though.
I wasn't going to hit a girl. I still don't think I'm going to hit. That's not my point. There has to be vengeance. There has to be something. I have to be able to retaliate in some form or fashion.
I mean, it sounds like you're looking for a trip to the sin bin, my friend.
Well, I'll whatever the trip has to be. I'm gonna be watching for random violence because our fight refs were completely overworked. There was so much violence. I was blaming the fight refs for all the problems. I don't think it was their fault. I just think there was too much shit going on, and they couldn't keep up with all the shenanigans. You know, Rion and Hot Rod tried really hard, and it just got away from them. And next thing you know, Euro Smash, as she was known that night, was beating my ass.
I mean, you saw what she did to Judgment Dave a couple weeks ago on the show.
Did, but what I'm doing is I'm learning to skate. I'm learning to get stabilization and be able to roll on skates. And
okay,
I will take my my grievances to the track at some point if I have to.
I will pay top dollar to see that. I do want to see that.
I have a little bit of coordination. I'm not great on skates, but I can do it.
You would probably be better than me on skates.
And if I fall forward, look out below, right?
Exactly.
So, you know, like I said, beware. Come on now, Red. Don't laugh at me, man.
I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing.
Don't be Travis Steve. Nobody wants to be Travis Steve.
I'm praying right now. I'm praying.
Look at Euro right there. Just frightening in her rage. It was one of the scary. You know, I had Aaron Stone chop the bejesus out of me when we're at the LRP studios. Marshe Rockett chopped me twice, and I think I was more afraid of that woman that night than I was either of those two situations. And there's Rion getting worked over by her, boy. It just
poor Rion.
It escalated quickly. But that's okay. You know what? The JFW, they even mention us. I suppose you know, any kind of publicity is good publicity, even though it seems to always come at my expense. I don't know. That's okay. God bless the members of the Freaknet Studio family. It's dysfunctional, but here we are. So last week on this show, we had fantasy football. Kid Lat, wrestling extraordinaire, started a league, the Lightning Dome Dojo, the Lightning Dome League, and many of us are participating in it. See, Red is involved in it. PX is involved in it. Many different wrestlers from many different places are in this league. And I think there are 18 teams, aren't there, PAX?
There are, you know what? I have it open. Let me check.
It's a lot more than I'm used to. Usually I'm in a league with 8 or 9 teams. So that when you draft your team, you get good players throughout. I mean, I was in the budget bin at the end of our draft. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? Might as well take him.
14.
That's a lot. That's a lot in a league.
That's a lot of people.
That's a lot of teams. That's a lot of rounds. That was the longest draft I've ever participated in my life. It took, and then finally it got going when he cut the time between draft picks down to like 45 seconds or something. Then shit picked up. But God, the first hour of that draft was fucking brutal. But here we are. And last week on this show, Kid and I, we talked a lot about football, you know, Bears football, fantasy football. We talked about what we thought was going to happen this year, who had good teams. We kind of went through the teams. We agreed C-Red has the best wide receiver room of anybody that drafted. We also believe he's got the best 1-2 punch at quarterbacks next to mine. So we're happy with C-Red's team. We think C-Red's got potential to make a little bit of noise, although he didn't really take his running backs very seriously. He's got a bunch of jobber running backs. So I don't know what he was thinking when he was drafting those guys, but his wide receivers are stacked and his quarterback. I mean, when you have Jalen Hurts and Patrick Mahomes as your 1 and 2, your QB1 and QB2, I mean, you could just you could take the matchup of the week and you can switch off. If Patrick Mahomes is playing Carolina, you take that. If Jalen Hurts is playing the Giants twice, you do that. So Red method to the madness there. I appreciate that. But boy, he just missed the boat on every running back he took. I thought Red was auto drafting his running backs.
But was I?
I don't know.
Understand. I just need them to do just very minimal.
Red, you have a plan. Is that what you're saying? You got a plan, Red?
Of course.
PX, how does your team do? What are your thoughts on your team? Do you feel pretty excited?
Let me go back to it. I think I did pretty good with my draft. I mean, let's look at it. We got Josh Allen. Josh Allen. I was thinking defense. I got Travis Kelce, Buffalo's defense. I mean, Buffalo's defense has been pretty solid the past couple seasons.
Yeah.
They've been difference makers in other leagues I've been in.
Those are solid. Those are big top tier draft choices for what they are. Buffalo is going to give you good points. Assuming Kelce is not doesn't become Travis Swift, I think you'll be all right there. Josh Allen has led me many times. Love that guy. How'd your receivers and running backs go? Better than Reds or worse?
Well, you tell me. I will read off my starters: Kamara, Elliott, Odunze, and Ridley.
Wow. Did you say Kamara and Elliott?
Yep.
Are you drafting in 2009?
Just about, yeah. I mean, suck at drafting running backs. I suck at drafting running backs. That's been like a thing ever since I've done fantasy.
I mean, my first thought is those two, if you add them together, aren't they 100 years old between them?
Just about, yeah.
I mean, you're not worried about either of them getting injured?
First of all, Steve, you're and that's where your senilism is coming into play, because you're talking about another league. You can't intertwine leagues. So in this particular league that all three of us are in.
Oh, did I have? Oh, yeah. Okay, sorry.
My running backs are McCaffrey and Montgomery.
Oh, okay. Who are your quarterbacks in this league?
I just got Jalen Hurts.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was Red and I are in a couple.
We were only allowed, I think, one quarterback.
Yeah. So Red and I are in a couple leagues. I was crossing the streams, as it were. Yeah, Red's got Christian McCaffrey. Yeah, Red will be all right. Red, who are your receivers?
You got Joey Blues week 1, don't you, Steve?
I do.
And if you lose, you could blame No Coast.
I will not blame No Coast, because I'm not going to lose to that prick who completely abandoned the challenge of coming on the show.
You know who you can blame for that?
I'm not blaming them.
I blame No Coast. I blame No Coast.
I know you do. You do. PX, how long have you been playing fantasy football?
I think I started maybe senior year of high school, so would have been this, I think, my 12th season. I've only won leagues, I think, once or twice. This is the most leagues I've been in my entire time that I've done fantasy. I usually do like one with a couple of my buddies from high school. Right now, I'm in another one with Nuke and J-Back, and then now I'm in this one.
I usually only do one, but when I do the one that Red and I do every year, I ended up doing the Kid Lat one because I thought it'd be fun to shit talk with all the wrestlers. And then my son Brian came up to me and said, "Hey, Dad, one of my buddies is starting a father-son league. Can we do it?" How do you say no to that?
Oh, you can't.
And my son drafted
You could, but I mean,
my son drafted a fucking killer team. So the way that league works is the father and son's points are combined. So at the end of the year, it's weird the way they do the father and son thing, but it's interesting. So I look forward to seeing how I was helping him because he's just now getting into football like really hardcore. So this will be his first once you start watching football and then you become a fantasy football, you start doing that. It becomes an obsession and it takes an unhealthy amount of time and space out of your life. I mean, the greatest invention for fantasy football was red zone. If you have red zone, see, I'll watch the Bears game from kickoff to whistle. But when the Bears are not on, all I watch is red zone. I can't watch regular football games. I have to see the red zone because I need the live game breaks. I need that shit jumping around as fantasy things are happening. So it ruined my need to watch football games that aren't being contested by the Bears. Now, you watch football on Thursday night because what else are you going to fucking do? And you like Monday Night Football because you've been watching Monday Night Football your whole life. But boys, since when Red Zone took over Sundays, if you don't have Red Zone, you need to figure out your finances and get Red Zone because there is nothing like it when you play fantasy football. I swear to God, the first time I had, I'm like, I got a free trial and I'm like, all right, I'll try this out, but I'm not going to like it. So I'm not going to keep it. I never look back. Never fucking look back. Sit there with a popcorn and a soda and you just let that guy take you through a tour of and now the Jacksonville Jaguars are inside the 20. Let's go to the red zone every fucking time. It's amazing. And we are not being sponsored by the red zone. I am speaking freely, but if the red zone would like to sponsor us, we would certainly, we could certainly do more. But that's neither here nor there.
Ooh.
PX, do you have the red zone?
I do not, but if we did get a sponsorship from the Red Zone, we got C-Red, so wouldn't it technically be the C-Red Zone?
That would be a great fucking name for a league.
There you go.
It would be better than the Kidlat Lightning Dome Shivering Bitches because that's all our league is. And you know who the biggest shivering bitch is? That's right, Flash Harris, the largest shivering bitch in that league. I'm looking at you, Flash. Looking right at you. I'm looking through you, Flash. Can't wait to play Flash. I'm gonna cut wrestling promos on Flash the weeks I play him. You're gonna see him on Facebook. I'm gonna cut vintage Hulk Hogan. I'm gonna do wrestling super. I'm gonna bring out some shit on Flash Harris.
I cannot wait to see this.
oh my God.
This is gonna be so fun.
What is going on?
Okay, I think we've done well enough. We're looking forward to, it's the first week coming up, starting tomorrow night. No, that's not right. Starting Thursday night.
Thursday.
going through Monday. So when we get back here next Tuesday night for our annual or semi-annual visit with Billy of the Whack, because we got Super Wrestlers coming up the following Sunday. So of course, who's our guest the week of the Super Wrestlers? Billy motherfucking Whack every time. And I said, Billy, you want to do it again? If you're bored with us, I understand. He's like, Steve, it's tradition. Of course I'll be there. So we are that's why we do this shit. Billy Whack doesn't need us to do a goddamn thing. He's Billy Whack.
No, he doesn't, especially with them releasing the vignettes and everything. I've been like, oh my God.
Yeah, so Billy don't need us, but we love the fact that this is what are we on? Super Wrestler 6? Is this the sixth one?
This is the sixth one, yeah.
Yeah, so we're Super Wrestler 6. He has been on 6 times to talk to us. So
he's catching up to Marshe very quick.
Yeah, so
even though Marshe will be on tonight.
But, yeah, and Marshe's going to complain about his jacket, and he's got every right to, because we've been promising him a jacket for 2 years now. Got to get on that shit, man. I got to get us jackets. I got to figure that shit out. I'm paying lots of money to volleyball right now. I feel like volleyball is like child support. and I am just going through the ringer. It seems like I go to work just to pay for volleyball. You would think with the volleyball things that we pay for that they would give us some stuff like, hey, we're going to take this big car payment chunk of money from you so you can play club. And then, by the way, that includes the hotel rooms when we go on tournaments, and that includes the uniforms. That don't include shit. It don't include shit. And then, do you know how expensive these motherfucking hotel rooms are for this weekend of volleyball in Indianapolis? I don't want to. I'll go to the Motel 6 for $80. It's $200. What's happening in downtown Indianapolis? They can charge $200 for. Ain't for the goddamn Colts.
Is the downtown that you're actually? That's probably why.
I'm not paying $200 in the city of fucking Chicago.
Hey,
it's Indianapolis. The fuck's out in Indianapolis?
I've paid
$200 for a hotel room in Indianapolis.
I paid $300.
Go to Paris and get a hotel room less.
I paid $300 downtown Chicago, but I must say it was.
It's Indianapolis.
Well,
it's not the vacation destination of the world.
Well, Chicago isn't either.
Stadium. What the fuck? I don't know.
It's near the stadium.
I guess so. Yeah, they're not. I don't think they're playing at the stadium, but there's a. I don't know. I'm doing the Milwaukee trip because I can't get the Monday off of work to do this in Indianapolis. So my wife is doing the Indy trip in November. I'm doing the Milwaukee trip, and I'm missing a Frontline show in Wisconsin because I'm going to be in Milwaukee. So, and I'm thinking to myself, can I just leave him in the hotel room Saturday night and go do the show and then come back? And the minute I did that, she's like, let me see what lawyers I've got that I can sue this man with and take him to court. So that's not going to happen. When I go to Milwaukee for this tournament, I'm stuck there. I can't go do Frontline the same weekend.
Why would you think about how old is your son again?
My son is 17 going on 46. Knows everything, does everything, don't give a shit about nothing. Yeah,
raging hormones. So yeah, you leave. Go ahead, leave.
I hadn't really thought about that. I don't think he's old enough to get a hooker, to be honest with you. I think that don't they card you at least? Not that I have any experience.
Nah.
The
only card you need is a platinum card.
Well, fortunately, he doesn't have a platinum card. He's got a debit card, but we control the monetary on the debit card. You can't afford no hooker on the debit card we give him.
Yeah, you don't know what other green stash he has laying around. Like, so I'm just saying, wasn't the best thinking, leaving a.
You might be right about that. You might be right about that. I'll take that under advisement. Rion has put up an illustration of the Indiana Fever. If I was going to go to an Indiana Fever game, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't be paying $200 for a ticket or for a hotel room to see the Indiana Fever. I mean, maybe they're great and they're very entertaining and they're Globetrotter-esque, but I ain't paying $200 for a hotel room to see the Indiana Fever, let alone club volleyball. Why isn't the club? What are they doing for me? For all the money we spent, we got to block hotel rooms. We got this. We're going to cover this. They ain't cover shit. It's depressing, but neither here nor there. Well, you know what's not depressing is Rockett Pro Wrestling presents Fall Brawl. It is happening this Saturday, and it kicks off early at 2:00 with fan access. So let's talk a little bit about fan access. I understand that the Nova Awards are occurring in fan access. Am I correct?
That's correct.
Are we doing Jaeger bombs at fan access because of JVJ?
Are they?
No, I think that's.
I think that's the show itself.
Right.
Yeah.
Rockett Pro.
But we can't do Jaeger bombs.
Well, we have to. I mean, I'm hoping the bar will bring commentary, some Jaeger bombs like they did last time. That was
I'm staying for Jaeger bombs. I'm staying.
Very nice. Well, that's good, Red. We love you, and we're glad. That's a beautiful thing. Fall Brawl is the start of the Rockett Pro season. It is the beginning of season 6, and what I find interesting and what I like the most about being at Rockett Pro is it really does feel like a television season or a football season. There's a beginning, a middle, and a very pronounced end. And then there's a few months that go by where nothing happens and you start to miss it. I work with a lot of companies that pretty much run year round. CSW is off in June most of the time, but they're back in July, and their last show is in November, and then they're back in January. So you miss a couple of months, but they're quick months. Rockett kind of you're done in May, you don't come back till September. That's like being in school or something. So it has a very unique feeling to it. And I'm watching the posts online. Hey, I can't wait to get back at it. And I think everybody feels the same way. And we've got a hell of a double main. Final Level, who are our guests tonight, will be on shortly. Get a chance to get their titles back. They were in that big tag team scramble match at the end of season 5, and I don't believe they got pinned, but still they lost their titles. So now they get a chance to get back titles they never really lost from a team of mystery, the Three Rings, Machine and Sinister with the Ringmaster. So, I mean, if you want a main event match, right, Red? I mean, it doesn't get any more historic than this. I mean, all the men in that match, all 5 of them pictured right there on that flyer, that is the history of Chicago wrestling right there.
Yeah, I agree. I would concur with that assessment.
I mean, that's just, and then the Rockett Rumble, which I got to participate in a few years ago. You know who eliminated me from that shit, right?
No.
Flash fucking Harris. A bane of my fucking existence, Flash Harris.
Well, maybe you'll stop calling his name.
I'm not going to stop calling his name. He is like fucking Beetlejuice, though. Maybe if I call his name 3 times, I could whip his ass. But that's he's not fighting anymore. He's domesticated now. He's like a cat with no balls, domesticated. Right, Red? At least that's what I heard Red say, behind closed doors.
No, I've never said that.
Come on now, Red.
No.
You can admit it.
No. Never said it, never will.
So let's go through the matches as we're waiting for Marshe and Shogun to arrive here. They have very busy lives. The fact that we're even going to get a little time with them tonight kind of makes it all worthwhile because there aren't 2 guys in this business that are more important to what goes on around here than them. PX, start pulling up some match graphics. Let's talk about some of the matches that have been announced. What flavor do you want to go with first? How did I know he was going to pick this motherfucker first? How did I know? As if Turtle needs a bigger ego, right? I mean, we can't even fit him into buildings half the fucking time at this point. But here we go. So we've got the scumbag attorney, Eric Schultz, and GM Asshat, Damian Saint, taking on Turtle and a mystery partner. Now, I'll be honest with you, I have no idea who his mystery partner is. So I don't know what that is, what that's going to mean, or how that's going to look. But it is intriguing. After all, if I remember correctly, season 5, things did not end very well for Turtle. In a way, he's no longer GM, but he's back actively as a wrestler. Am I right about that? Is my timeline accurate?
Yes.
Very
so he got it in his contract. If something happened to him with co-general manager, then he could be back as an active wrestler on the roster. He announced that at the end of the show, and a promo an interview that I did with him that I will release in the coming days.
So I mean, could PX could be Turtle's partner?
I'm not medically cleared yet.
He's got heat with Damian Saint. Maybe it's C Red. C Red has taken up the mantle. I mean, we know C Red's not retired. And the sabbatical was a sham, so it could be C Red.
The sabbatical is still going on. What?
No. You fought at IPW. You eliminated yourself, but you fought.
That was a one-time thing.
That sabbatical was bullshit.
I came back to see people and wave hands, and that was it. You acted like It was a big deal. It wasn't that big of a deal. I came in, I waved, I got eliminated, went
You
on.
had people in the audience. You had your boots on.
I did not have my boots on.
You had your wrestling attire on. You were
No, I didn't. I wrestled in a suit.
Yep.
you were C-Red, and you are not on sabbatical. So I'm thinking maybe Red. I mean, if you look at that outline, that could be a bald head. That could be Red. That could very easily be Red.
Of course, that can be anybody bald.
Well, I'm not sure it's not you, Red. I'm not sure. But it will. We will find out as RPW presents Fall Brawl. It should be pretty cool. Damian Saint gets a lot of heat as the evil, sadistic, manipulative GM. But you know what? We seem to have plenty of people watching our show, so maybe he's doing something right, even though he's doing it for the wrong reason. So we'll give kudos to him, and I'm not going to give kudos to Schultz. Schultz is a villain. He's a heel, and I don't really have much to say. We're not even going to give him flowers, right, Red? We don't need to give him flowers.
Oh, what?
The dude hit me in the head with a briefcase. Maybe you'd give him flowers for that. I don't know. That was at a whole different time in a different universe. All right, so what do we think? Do we think the GM has got undeniable shit up his sleeve?
Of course.
So you don't think Turtle's going to win his match, right?
The only way I see Turtle winning this match is if God himself comes down. Because it's Damian Saint. He's not going to. He's out to humiliate Turtle at this point. He's trying to take back what the fans have given Turtle with again all the love and all the.
Yeah, we don't want to swell his head anymore, but boy, you don't get a much louder pop than Turtle gets.
Turtle gets popped.
Yeah, so I mean, Damian Saint, I think, wants Schultz to embarrass him. So what bigger way?
I think he's jealous of Turtle.
I think he is. I mean, think about it. He comes out, he gets booed. Turtle comes out and gets a. I mean, let's be honest. Sean Danger gets a bigger pop than Damian Saint, and all he does is come out and maybe hand out a beer or two.
Sean Danger is the greatest secret weapon wrestling has going right now. He is in the right places at the right time and does some of the craziest nonsensical bullshit, but it's so entertaining.
Maybe it's Sean Danger.
Maybe it is Sean Danger. I mean, that would be great.
I would love to see that.
I would love to see Sean Danger whip Damian Saint's ass. Wouldn't that be fun?
Well deserved.
I'd enjoy it. All right, let's do the next one. What do we? I thought I saw the Rockett Pro champion, Steve Michaels, the Chicago Bear Hug, with his jackal manager at his side. Can we even call Damian? Can't even call him a manager, right? He's not a manager. He's just a guy in a suit on the outside of the ring.
Looking to call shenanigans.
Of guys like that giving managers a bad name. C-Red, you are a manager. I feel like that term is overused. There's an art, a style, and a skill involved in being a good manager. And very few people ever did it better than you did it. And I just feel like anybody that walks out to the ring is a manager. And I just don't like it. I feel like, you got to put the time in. You got to do the shit and not just, do the shit. Does that make sense?
It makes a lot of sense. I thank you for the wonderful compliment. But this match, I'm gonna be honest, I don't care who steps up. We have watched over the summer Steve Michaels take this title and defend it everywhere.
Hawaii, he defended it in Hawaii. He defended it twice at IPW.
Yep. The dude has taken this title and again. So
I mean, you can't.
He is on a roll.
You don't question the skill, talent, and the presence of Steve Michaels. You question the people he's running with and the reputation he's creating for himself. Before this, he was one of the most respected people at Rocket Pro. Now, not so much, but boy, he commands presence and he puts that title on the line wherever he goes.
I agree. So I'm just calling it. It might be shenanigans because again, Saint is out there, but he doesn't
That
need
could
to
be
say.
you too. You could be that. It could be you there too. That looks like he's
I'm
bald.
I'm not on crack.
Are you challenging the Chicago Bear Hug for the title? Are you looking to become Rocket Pro champion, C-Red?
Maybe I am.
I mean,
Maybe
that would certainly shoot your sabbatical to Swiss cheese.
well, that would, but I mean, hey, I believe I deserve some gold around this waist.
I
So,
think I'd pay to see it. Wouldn't it be cool if Steve Michaels fought the real deal Rion Skills after his complete vindication and return to greatness at the end of season 5? What a great way to kick off season 6 with the real deal Rion Skills getting gold at Rocket Pro Wrestling. I mean, would that be the fairy tale story of the year? That wins a Nova Award just because it happened.
Steve, stop trying to get the man to talk.
I'm not trying to get the man.
Stop trying to get a reaction out of him. Stop. That picture on the screen says it all.
That could be
That's
Rion
him.
Skills in that picture.
That's him looking at you right now after that comment.
This is usually the time where he says, "You want to do this, Steve? I got time." That's usually what
I got time today.
I got time.
He might
today.
not have time today.
Maybe he doesn't have time today. Maybe he'll have time tomorrow. Who knows? All right, so we've got an open challenge. It could be anybody. And here we go. Now, this is an interesting matchup. Red, talk to me a little bit about what we got going here.
Sam Knight versus my nephew, Shaq Jordan, and for a qualifying match for the Rocket to the Top briefcase.
Sam Knight was an OG Rocket Pro guy, right?
Yes, he was.
Yep.
But I think Shaq he's under some bad influences right now.
Yeah, he certainly left us all with some questions at the end of season 5. And then we saw what he did at Super Wrestlers, or someone that looked an awful lot like Shaq Jordan. I believe he calls himself Siphon. With the other glove. We'll ask Shogun Chris Logan about that a little bit later on tonight when he arrives. But boy, that would be Shaq is out there doing some shit.
So
Sam Knight is looking to recapture glory. So I think that's
this is one of the matches that I am truly looking forward to.
Yeah, we've got Ryan Matthews with Jay Beck taking on Connor Hopkins. That should be a great match.
No, that should be an ass kicking, just a straight ass kicking.
I kind of think that Matthews is going to scream a lot.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, he's going to scream.
And ladies and gentlemen, joining us at this time is I don't even really need to introduce him. He's a guy that really needs no introduction. It's the one and only Shogun Chris Logan. Hello, Shogun.
Good evening.
We were just talking about Shaq Jordan, and we were talking about his match at Rocket Pro against Sam Knight, which is coming up this Saturday. But we were also recounting someone that looked an awful lot like Shaq Jordan, going by the name of Siphon at Super Wrestlers, that seems to have a glove that might belong to you, or some shenanigans happening. What do you think about that whole situation?
I don't want to get too much into Super Wrestlers.
We're not going to get too much into it, but hey, I mean, we have to tease it a little bit.
Hang on for the ride. Let's just say that. Also, big shout out to Shaq. Some things are being put together right now, and he asked me for my list of accomplishments. And, I wrote them down. And then after I wrote them down, and I remember, shit, I forgot a few. And I wrote down some more, like, damn, I forgot about this. And I'm like, damn, Shaq helped me remember the stuff I've done in my career, which is, I honestly almost forgot about. I mean, it's unforgettable, but you go through so much in this, life, personal life or whatever. So, with him first of all, him being a great student, Shaq is an amazing student. Shaq is one of the best. If him and a couple other guys are up there, y'all better watch out. Shaq is about to kill it. Him, Quinn. Look out for Quinn's little brother Christian. These Shaq is the man. He's the man, right?
Yeah, the Wrestle League dojo. You see it everywhere they go. It's like what you teach brings out the best in these athletes, and then they go to places and they show why what you guys are doing at Wrestle League is so amazing. And now with Lincoln Hall as the showpiece of where Wrestle League runs, I mean, my first night there, sitting watching that stuff unfold, doing commentary in the audio booth, just with that crowd so vibrant, so electric. It was what a venue to see wrestling that you would not expect would be a great venue to see wrestling. And now back you go next Thursday, a Thursday night wrestling extravaganza back at Lincoln Hall with Pestilence on the cover of the flyer. So big things popping in Wrestle League. Congratulations to you. What a great promotion it's turned into.
Don't just thank me. You got to thank Bugs.
Oh, well,
Bugs.
of course. Yeah, we know it takes a village, but boy, right now you guys are hitting on all cylinders.
We're doing pretty well. Bugs is the main drive behind it. He's the one that goes out and hustles. I'm just there to be a manager. But he's the one that hustles. He went to a show at Lincoln Hall, got in contact with the promoters and the managers of the venue, and say, "Hey, have you ever thought about pro wrestling?" And it's funny that show that you were at. I remember sweating bullets because I just wanted to do well. And before the night was over with, they already sent us dates that they wanted us to come back because they love pro wrestling. They love what they saw. They love the product. And I'm like, awesome. So big shout out to Lincoln Hall, trusting us and, taking, the spots that you go to musicians because Lincoln Hall is originally a music hall, famous music hall.
Famous.
And for them to trust us to take certain spots to be there, that means a lot.
And it is really an extraordinary place to watch a show. I mean, there are levels. There's the ground floor. There's the railing around the middle area. Then there's the balcony. You can really get some very interesting looks at the way wrestling is in different ways. So I think it's a really strong place. And they all seem so super motivated. Plus, you can get drinks and food and all kinds of stuff. It's really like a one-stop shopping for entertainment. And I think that works well for what you're trying to do because you can really do anything there.
Yeah, that was one of the main reasons why we were happy to get Lincoln Hall because we can actually go after a certain audience and go after a certain niche, if you want to say. I think wrestling shows at bars are just a lot of fun, but to have it at a music hall like Lincoln Hall, in the area that we're in, Lincoln Park, we got college students, we got the millennials, we got the Gen Zs, we got everything that says, you know what? It's Thursday night, it's Friday night. I was going to do this, but I just saw they're having a wrestling show at Lincoln Hall. I've never been to one. Let me go. And we've gotten a few people come in and say those things to us. Like, and I saw the flyer and I just wanted to look at something different. And I'm so happy I came.
Yeah. And there's it can happen any night. I mean, Thursday, Friday, there's going to be a Sunday show. So, Wrestle League is doing it any day they damn well want to. And I think that's a solid sign that the product is healthy and moving forward.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
All right. And now, last but certainly not least, the arrival of the bearded all day Marshe Rockett. Or did you shave your beard?
No, it's there.
I still pretty much got it. It's blended, baby.
It's blended. You got it nice and trimmed up for your big moment where you regain the titles on Saturday, right?
we got a style and profile, so I decided to give it a nice little fresh cut today.
Very
So.
good. Well,
They
now
even
we
wore
have to both-
matching tank tops.
Yeah, it's like the
Yeah.
final level decided they
We
were going
did
to
what?
match tonight.
We wore matching tank tops.
We
That's
did.
Oh, Logan
good.
got his black on too.
Yes.
I mean, great minds do. Oh shit!
Everybody's
Oh damn!
All right, so the final level.
Should I go change? I mean, I'm feeling a little awkward. I'm
So you're
underdressed.
feeling like a final level, right?
You know,
Oh man,
I'm-
you gotta stick to the red, bro. You gotta stick to the red. That's who you are.
Come on now. The final level captured the imagination of the entire Rocket Pro universe when it finally united. And let's look at the story that you guys have told over multiple years. Friends to foes to frenemies to now the final level. What a long, strange, violent, historic journey you two have been on together over the last 2 years, from victim cookies to tag team gold. That's a lot of shit.
Don't bring up the cookies. Don't bring He does
Don't
not-
bring up the- That's still a
does
sore
not-
subject.
He does not stop. He does not let me not know about the cookies and how much it hurts.
Bro, those were freshly made
There you
chocolate chip gourmet. Like, dog, I could
Those
see
were-
if it was. I could see if those were Chip Ahoy's, all right, Oreos. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'll hurt, but it ain't gonna sting. You know what I'm saying? Them bad boys were elegant, top tier,
I agree.
classy.
I
Talking
agree.
about. I've never heard
like-
nobody put a cookie over like that.
Like,
Dude, I was blessed and honored that he shared one cookie with me.
it wasn't
When-
it good?
Dude, that motherfucker.
Listen,
Fire.
I ain't never had no gourmet cookie before, and that was fire. And it was chocolate chip.
Ah,
Are we gonna keep talking about cookies?
I'm just saying, if he threw, this would be the last thing I say on it tonight. If he only threw one away, maybe even two, I again say it would hurt, but it wouldn't sting. But bruh, man, threw the whole damn thing in the trash. My
He got your
heart.
attention, though. He got your attention, though. That was
Yes,
a
he
statement.
did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. An emphatic statement of chocolate chip goodness.
But
Wasted.
you can be stung by the cookie situation, but it's all part of what went in and made this story historic. The uniting of two of the most charismatic superstars that wrestling has seen, and now you're the tag team called the Final Level. And I'm sitting there watching it form, just sitting there watching the idea and seeing it unfold. That's why I will go to my grave saying this is the greatest tag team story I've ever seen, because I was sitting right fucking there as it was happening, and it blew my fucking mind. I could do a book on tape about everything that happened for the hour that it was occurring, and I'm sitting here going, I am watching a tree grow. And then you get that finishing move, the super kick from hell into the M80. To me, one of the most devastating tag team finishers. I mean, you're up there with Steiners and Hardys. I mean, it doesn't get more devastating than a super kick to the chin and then getting dropped on your face. Let's be realistic about finishing moves. It's
Actually,
everybody.
Actually, I liked it when it was in reverse, when Marshe hit my man's out of nowhere with it, and I didn't know he was going to do it. So when he did the super kick, I was like, the hell with it. I'm going to do the M8.
So it doesn't matter who
still
does
won
the
the
moves.
damn
It's just you know it's coming, and you know you're setting him up, and you can see it, and it builds, and then boom, it's there, and it's over. And now you're not tag team champions. You have lost them, but you didn't lose them because you were never pinned. You were put in a situation by management that probably wasn't deserved for the kind of tenure. Does that piss you off a little bit to be put in a match where you don't have to lose to lose?
Honestly, and this is me, honestly, no. And here's why. When you become a champion, immediately you have a target on your back. All right. That ain't rocket science. When you win the championship, yes, it's great. It's cool. But the real work begins after the next day, the next match, the next time you have to defend it. It's not just winning the championship, it's defended constantly after, because you're going to have multiple opponents wanting to knock you off the mountain. That it comes with the territory. So being put in a match where we don't have to be pinned or submitted, you know, it comes with the job. And I like to think, given the many months, and I will give Chris Shogun his flowers, in the times that I had other obligations that could not be there, this man found another opponent, or found another partner, excuse me. And not only did he defend it, but retained the tag team titles, right? We retained the tag team championships and this went on for like the most of the season. Any other normal fan would be like, I don't know if Logan's going to do it because that's not Marshe. But pulled it off. And at times when Logan couldn't be there, same thing. I pulled it off. So we've been doing this for a good season. So putting two teams, now that we're together, oh hell, baby, it's cakewalk. Where we take issue is the two ass clowns who had no business, none, zero, zip, zilch, who were not involved in the match, making their way down there and putting their hands on Logan and myself. That's where I get the issue.
We talking about the idols?
Yes, those two ass clowns.
Yeah, they're ass clowns. The clowniest of ass clowns.
Now, on another podcast, on another interview, they sort of made over. I heard them trying to make a reason why they did what they did, and it was because Logan and I were going to take away their reign as longest tag team champions. So that's why they did what they did. They got involved because they saw greatness personified in the Shogun and in All Day. And yes, hands down, we were going to win that match. Logan and I went in there with the mindset, whether it's 3 rings or whether it's Youth Gone Wild, one of those bitches is going down. But we're retaining the championships until the idols stuck their nose where it didn't belong. That's where we take issue at.
And you know what? Let me piggyback off of that. Marshe, when you ask, are you a little upset? I'm pissed. I get what Marshe said. You know, target on your back, champion. You know, me and Marshe have both been champions, tag team, heavyweight. We understand the rules to being a champion, right? You're going to have people. I want that guy. That was me. I remember when I was young. I remember when I first got into the business, and I'll get to a company and I see who was the top man. And like CC Fletcher, I was like, hey, who wants to come in second? Because I wanted to be the top person. Okay. And so, you know, we became the top dogs when it came to tag team champion. And we actually have a history with the idols. I don't know, you know, the extent of how much they dislike of how we have pretty much come up on top of them. But now to know that they're upset because we're about to be the longest reigning tag team champion. Okay. All right. So that only means another thing. That means now me and Marshe need to go back, regain these titles, and now stick in the next phase when we hold it a little bit longer, because I don't know about Marshe, but the way I'm feeling right now after hearing that, I have a goal now.
Yep.
To make them a little bit more upset. make them a little bit more uncomfortable, piss them off. So if that was what we need to do, guess what? If that, like Michael Jordan, I was offended by that. So guess what? We dropped him 50.
Suddenly, oh, wait a minute. Red's calling timeout. Oh shit, here we go. All right, Red. Go ahead.
I just want to say, they're upset. They don't have shit in it. Let's look at everything as a whole. The idols are a shell of themselves. So they have nothing. They're pissed. They have nothing. They have zero. Where they used to run shit. And I wonder, did I play a part in that? But anyway, they're irrelevant now. I'm just saying, Steve, since I've been there, they have now become irrelevant. Nobody talks about the idols. Nobody gives a fuck about the idols. Nobody even thinks about the idols until they walk out and do some stupid shit. And fucking with Logan and Marshe is pretty fucking stupid.
It's pretty fun.
Because, I mean, if I was the Booker man, because again, I'm putting money on Final Level this Saturday at St. Joe's in Joliet. The Final Level is going to win. So if I'm the Booker man, the first match I'm fucking making in October, fuck, and no disrespect to no other champion. None, please. But the first fucking match I'm making is the Final Level versus the two doofuses. Why? Because I want to see them get their ass whooped all over St. Joe's Park.
Hell yeah.
I want to see them get dragged onto the baseball field. Logan take a bat and hit Damian Gray's head all over the place.
Remember that time Damian Gray and I had a leather strap match?
I remember.
And you remember what he said to me in that match?
Refresh. What did he say?
You remember when he hit me with the leather belt and he said something about stay down, boy?
Oh, yes, I do. Oh.
I immediately started whipping him back. And I said, this is why Martin marched, for Malcolm X.
I'm going to run that back tonight. I want to watch that again.
Wakanda forever. You see, they're young. All right. You got to understand something, C-Red. They're young. And I don't even think that he meant to say it like that. He was just being a wrestler.
Being Damon Gray.
But
C-Red, they're young. Like, they're not doofuses. They're actually very smart. They know to stay in the limelight. They have to go after people like me and Marshe. To stay relevant, they have to try to get past the 8th, 9th level and get to the final. So they're going to do anything and everything to stay relevant. And I don't blame them. But you got to understand something. It's so many times you could take a stick and poke a bear. So many times. And if you keep poking that bear while he's hibernating, what happens? What happens?
He's gonna wake up. He gonna fuck you up.
He gonna wake up. Right now, and let's be real. Like Marshe said, there was multiple times I had to defend the title with another tag team partner. And I understand his obligations. That's why I wasn't upset. I'm a fighting champion. And vice versa. There was a few times I had to do other things and Marshe had to take the reins and step up as well. And that last match, let's be honest, man, me and Marshe haven't worked together as a cohesive unit in a while. So our timing was off just a little bit. Our looks that we give each other to know, hey, we need to do this and we need to do that. But you got to understand something now. And we were the hibernating bear. And you kept poking. And guess what? Now we woke the fuck up.
You better hide your picnic baskets, boys, because the Bears are coming.
Ooh, just
That made me that if you're not excited about Saturday, fall brawl, you really ought to be, because getting a chance to see the final level do their thing again is something that the main event is where that needs to happen, and that's been true their entire existence. And now you've got the three rings, you've got Sinister, you've got Machine, you got the Ringmaster, you've got people that have made magic in Joliet over the years versus people that have not only made magic in Joliet, but magic everywhere. And now it's all coming together for what should be just the main event. I mean, this could very easily be, we could be talking about this in May at the Nova Awards for being, match of the year. I mean, that's the potential here. I mean, there's so many twists and turns that could happen in this match. And, you guys have your laser focused. So how do you prepare for a team like this that, they're as experienced as you. They've been doing this as long as you. They have been through the wars like you have. So, there's kind of a level playing field going on here. How do you prepare for that?
Well, one of the things that the three rings, and me and Logan can agree here. One of the things that make the three rings so unique and so different is they try to intimidate their opponents through sheer chaos. Like they're unpredictable. You don't know what they're thinking, what they're gonna do, size and shapes, and tenacity, speed. So they're just so unpredictable. They'll actually hurt themselves in order to get the job done, and that might scare a lot of people. Might scare a lot of their opponents. How do you combat that? By facing fear head on. There is nobody in that locker room that you can look at and say, man, those two individuals are fearless. Like, yeah, you can throw flips aside and everything like that. Two pipe hitting, walking around in that locker room, where the second you see us enter a room, heads start to turn. Jaws start to drop, eyebrows start to go up. And there might be a little, hairs on the back of the neck start to flame up, like, oh, let me watch what I say. Let me watch what I do, what I think and say around these guys. We cool. But you cross us. You say the wrong thing at the wrong time, and we will let you know, verbally and physically. We are not easily intimidated. We don't dance unless we hear some music. We don't laugh unless we hear a good-ass joke. And so the three rings, as unpredictable and as intimidating as they look and appear, that don't faze us. They have what belongs to us, period. We want it back. So all that makeup, all that stuff that they putting on for this Saturday and walking out there thinking they're going to do something. No, baby. Joliet back in the day, yes. I'm not discrediting them. Many things were accomplished. But now, I mean, you said it yourself, Steve. Best friends, right? Was how we started. Became foes, became frenemies, and now the most undeniable team in Rockett Pro.
Never seen anything like it before or Logan.
People saw what me and Logan did to each other.
Yes.
When we did like each other, when we didn't like each other, when we were like, and now together, bro, come on. I don't care how crazy you think you are.
Hey, Marshe, it's funny that you mentioned about fearless. There was a famous dude and a very intelligent man named Customato. I don't know if you guys know who this person is. If anybody knows who Customato is, just raise your hand. Okay. Customato was a trainer of Mike Tyson, and he said once before that fear is what everybody feel, no matter who you are. He said fear is a fire inside of you that you need to take and you need to mold to make you a better person. He said fear, he said heroes and cowards feel the same thing. It's what you do with it that makes you different.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing about final level and the Three Rings, we're not cowards, not by a long shot. When I first got to Joliet back in 2014, it's funny that he mentioned that the history of the old Joliet. Yeah, I was a little intimidated at first. Hell, I've wrestled all three. Well, let me take that back. I've wrestled two. Only person I haven't wrestled is Grant in singles. And when you wrestle somebody in a ring, you get to know them. You get to know who they are, what they like to do, their quirks, what they stay away from, what they try to stay away from, right? What they don't want to do. And you learn that and you go, okay, I'm gonna use that to my advantage. So Final Level has known the Three Rings shit. How long is now, Marshe collectively? How many years now?
Shit, well over damn near well over 12, 15. Goddamn.
Yeah. So we know them. And the thing is, they know us. They know us. They know who we are.
Yeah.
But underneath the makeup, underneath the music, you know how they actually intimidate people is through their entrance. Is when they
Yes.
come out. That's where they play the mind game at. But here's the best part about their mind game. For me personally, I love their entrance. I dance with them. Nothing they do makes me fear them anymore. So armed with all of this, me and Marshe are now more since our years of being in wrestling, we have now become more intelligent. We have become a little bit more stronger, and we've become a better version of ourselves. Through all the battles that me and Marshe have had, we have become, both of us have become better versions of ourselves. And because of that, that's why we're more of a cohesive unit when we finally get in the ring. There are times me and Marshe like, no, we're going to do this. No, we're going to do it. And then at the end of the day, we go, you know what? You're right. And we get the job done. So when it comes to the Three Rings, and I have all the respect for them in the world, they have, and I'm gonna be honest with you, the Ringmaster has done a lot for me in my career, and I truly, truly appreciate it. I truly appreciate it, believe it or not. But our goal, we're gonna put all that stuff aside. The goal this Saturday is to look through that makeup, look through that entrance, and be in the ring and go toe to toe with the Three Rings and get back, which is rightfully ours. So you got to understand something. Our belts, they're on borrowed time,
Mm-hmm.
and it's time to collect.
It's all
Amen to
going
that.
down. It's all going down this Saturday. It's like you've got two teams representing everything that wrestling has meant in Joliet. Then, now, forever, as some people say. And it's all happening. It's all coming together. It's all climaxing for the season premiere. You've got two of the great tag teams that we have working in this business coming together. And that's what makes it the main event. I mean, people throw that term around, main event. This is a prototypical definition of what main event should be. You're going to watch every match and love every match. And by the time you get to that main event, as a fan, you're tired, you've seen a lot, you've been there a long time, you've eaten, you've drank, you've jumped, you've ran, you've sang, you've been through all of the emotions.
Mm-hmm.
What you are about to see in that main event is going to take you to that next level, take you to that next gear, because the athletes competing in that ring, that's what they do. That's their calling card. That's what they do. The final level takes the fans to the final level, and that's what main event is all about. Everybody is excited about this match. Everybody is amped up about this match. It sounds like you guys are ready for this match.
Of course. You see us with shirts off and everything like that, boy. Look, ooh, look at that pump, baby. Look at that pump, daddy. Ooh, good Lord. Almost broke
I mean, you're not bad for older. You're pretty guys are pretty good looking for older gentlemen in this business, right?
Marshe, how old are you now?
I'm 39, feeling fine, baby.
Damn. Y'all, it's funny. I'm 2 years older than that man right there.
Red, how you feeling about all this bullshit? 39 and 41.
Shit, they got to get to their 50s, baby.
I hope I get the. I
They
hope
still
I.
be looking-
You probably still have the
the new
titles
40.
when you're 50.
50s
See,
is
Red,
the
I
new
hope I get there. I hope I get there, man. I really do. I
y'all,
really do.
y'all gonna get there. Let me, the only, you brought up Ringmaster. That's, and we know he at times can, and Marshe know this very well within the past few months. He can have his little shenanigans and they can cause issues. That's where I'm at with this. Now, if it is just 2-on-2, and let's not forget that prior to you gentlemen, or whenever, there is a brand new championship that is being unveiled at Fall Brawl with a 20-man rumble. And 10
Zero
people
gravity
have been
time.
announced. 10 people have been announced, and 10 have not. And I'm wondering if one of those 10 is the other member of the 3 rings. So
I ain't
that
about
might
that.
be all 4 will be in attendance. And are they willing to pull shenanigans to keep titles? That's where my only concern is. Now, again, if it's 2-on-2, again, regardless, I'm laying the house down, pushing all the chips in. I'm giving away all the grandbabies' money this Saturday. I'm putting it all on the final level. You always bet on black, baby. That's why y'all wore black tank tops tonight.
Yeah, maybe that's true.
And until you have to bet on red, you always bet on red. But anyway,
come on, Red.
I'm just saying,
What's the name of the new title again?
Zero gravity.
Zero
okay.
gravity.
All right. I mean, that would be interesting.
So I'm wondering if, has anybody thought at any point?
I'm gonna walk, Rosie.
It's 4. It'll be 4-on-2 essentially. Because let's be honest, Ringmaster, depending on what's in his head that night, is he gonna let his gentlemen be
Tomorrow, though, okay?
competitors and go at this head on, or is he gonna decide, you know what, I'm gonna use everything to my advantage? I've got an extra man in the back. He might be the new zero gravity champion at that point. Why not have everybody walk away tonight with titles?
I ain't think about that. I ain't think about that.
So here's my rebuttal to all of that, because I think it's funny because, and I'm going to backtrack just a little bit here. Going back to when we were talking about earlier, how, when I wasn't there, Logan had to find a partner and vice versa with me as well. The majority of the partners that we found came ironically from the 3 rings. Sinister joined up with Logan at one time, Machine with me. So I think I'm willing to just a little bit, give a little smidge, that when it comes down to doing business, to actually facing off, I think the 3 rings are going to want to go mano a mano. And here's why. When you become a champion, that's cool. But now you need something a little bit more. You need validation. And not just, a little praise and everything. You need the validation that you're not just some transitional champion. You're not just some lightweight. You're not just some tag team or individual that got lucky. Okay. You need to prove that this was not a fluke. For the 3 rings, that is the position that they find themselves in, being the new Rockett Pro Tag Team champions. Because Logan and I, them some pretty big shoes to fill. Okay. We don't just call ourselves the Final Level because we thought it was a nice, cool team name. No, there was a reason for it.
Oh, don't I know that? Don't I know that
Right.
shit?
So those are some pretty big shoes to fill. Okay. And, if you're going to try to stick the flag at the top of the mountain saying, we're here.
Top of the mountain,
Okay. I had to. But if you're going to do that.
An inside joke between me and Marshe.
But if you're going to do that, if you want to prove your worth and prove, who you say you are, there's no better time to prove it against the guys that lost it, right? A very formidable team. But if you start nickel and diming and you start bringing people in because you need help, well, then you ain't proved jack to me.
Yeah, I agree.
That is why I say, like, if they truly want to throw down, then if Grin is even in the building, he'll do his own thing and leave us to our own accord and let us do what we do.
It's funny. I'm sitting here listening to Marshe talk about that, and top of the mountain.
I had to.
I remember when I got to a top of a mountain too. And I took the flag out, I unrolled it, it had the symbol on it. I'm about to stake it. Mountain disappeared. In an instant.
Crumble, baby.
One day I'll feel the power into the whole thing.
We would enjoy that.
Yeah, I'm gonna need more than an hour though.
I'll give you as many as you need.
But like you said, 3 rings up there. They're staking their claim now. You can put a flag up there. You're more than welcome to. Look how many flags that me and Marshe have up in Rockett Pro.
Mm-hmm.
Look how many flags we have. They're flying in the wind right now. You talk about Mount Everest? Come on now. Let's talk about the accomplishments of Marshe and Shogun. Like I said earlier today, Shaq Jordan asked me to write down my accomplishments in professional wrestling. And right now I'm kind of like I'm fiddling with my Iota Phi Theta Fraternity Incorporated rubber band. This is just something I need sometimes for a reminder of the person I've become. And that was one of my first accomplishments in life. Police officer, all these things. And we talk about accomplishments in professional wrestling. We talk about titles. Marshe, I probably can't even count on my hand and my toes and my wife's hands and my girlfriend's hands and my partner's hands and the mistress' hands of how many titles you've held. I can count as many as I've done. We talk about accomplishments. And let's look at the 3 rings too. That's why where they're at right now. They accomplished tag team heavyweight. Hell, I remember I wrestled against Machine for a heavyweight title while I was at the same time I held the title at the same time. So we talk about mano a mano. I personally don't think that anyone is going to jump in and interfere in this match, including the ringmaster, because the ringmaster is a master general when it comes to playing mind games. he's going to make a mano a mano just to show that his team is superior to beat. And he wants to show his accomplishments as a manager. He wants to show who he's managed, who's been heavyweight champion, tag team champion, intercontinental champion, no limit champion. He wants to show those things. So I personally think that come this Saturday, when it's main event, final level, the 3 rings, I personally feel everything's going to be 2-on-2, man to man, mano a mano. And I think you're going to actually see what you like to call a classic match. People are going to be waiting for it. People are going to be excited for it. I know I'm excited for it. I don't know about Marshe.
Hell yeah.
But I know I'm excited.
Yeah.
Come this Saturday, we're going to show who is the best tag team in Rockett Pro Wrestling. Period.
Damn, I just got chills. That all this talk of tops of mountains and final levels and shit. That is why we do this. The stories, everything that comes down to these magic moments where these men give their all in that ring for everybody to enjoy. And that's what this is going to be this Saturday. Speaking of things to enjoy, we want to welcome to the show Cactus Rack, who's late tonight, but better late than never. How are you, Cactus?
Hey girl, hey. I'm out here walking my dog, survived being rear-ended, and only have a slightly worse migraine for it.
The fact that
I
you're
hope you feel better.
prepared to come to see
Thank
the
you.
final level shows your fanship.
Indeed.
Miss Cactus Rack, I haven't seen you in forever.
Yeah, I've been I don't know, what has it been, 5 surgeries in the last year?
Oh my God.
Yeah. So I don't know. You'll see me September 15th at Super Wrestlers.
Actually, I saw one of your fellow teammates at the protest at the DNC.
Oh, which one?
I don't know her name, but she had maybe she was just a fan because she had the your team logo T-shirt on. So I don't know if she was part of the team or maybe just a fan.
There's honestly a few that I could throw off the top of my head that it probably was, but no, you'll probably see me September. I'll see you September 15th. I'll be there.
Awesome! I can't wait. Awesome! Can't wait for it.
And now here you are. And I've asked this before, and I'm going to ask it again because I feel like everybody should get a chance to see the final level, not just the people in Joliet. Are we ready to take the final level out for a drive through the area, through the states, out and about here and there? Because I feel like you could go on an expedition of gold and win some titles along the way, because I just can't, in my mind, picture champions that can touch the final level.
Marshe, what do you want to do?
I mean,
I've thought about it. Honestly, I have thought about it. I've thought about it. I've thought to talk to Marshe about it. What's your thoughts on it, bro?
I would love to, because here's the thing: when Logan and I, when this duo was first formed, it wasn't meant to just stay complacent in Rockett Pro. Wrestling as a whole, the whole industry has changed. It's no longer being exclusive to just any one promotion. It's no longer just like, oh, you only get to wrestle here. You wrestle over there, you can't come over here because we've got our own little team. No. It's about everybody being inclusive and everybody trying to prove why they're the best. I know that's true in being in singles competition, and it's very true in being in tag teams. There's a lot of great tag teams out in the wrestling world. And they're all different. And they all have their unique styles, they have their unique capabilities, all this stuff. And I can't help but just get like, look, I don't know if you could tell, but like I got the hair on my arm is like sitting up right now. Um, I man, I can only imagine what it would be like to have some of those teams that are well diverse, well experienced, step toe to toe with the final level.
You
Like,
know, I'm just saying though, if you made, that phone call, to Nora William Adam, and you make your phone call to, Tom Nora Adam, that's police talk. But if you put the letters together, you probably understand what I'm saying. I I agree with Marshe. I would love to bring him over to Wrestle League. The thing is, if we went into Wrestle League as a tag team, I don't want to take away from my young and upcoming guys. I want them to grow.
damn that, Logan. Let's take away. Let's take
No,
away.
no.
Take away. Look, we're gonna win the Rockett Pro Tag Team titles back, right?
Uh-huh.
Now we go and we get the Wrestle League Tag Team titles. We go belt collecting, bro. Most people, most friends, on the weekend they go fishing on boats. But they throw those fish back. We can go fishing for tag team titles, but we ain't giving that ish back. We keeping them.
I mean, we have so many great companies in the Midwest, from Frontline to SSW, AAW. Maybe maybe we can start reaching out to a few people.
What's on your mind, Red?
I mean,
I'm just saying, months ago, some shit was talked, and I was told to contact you guys because somebody wanted to see if the final level was the final level. And I brought it to you guys and I put the offer out there,
And where was this invitation at?
What is the name of that company? Steve, what's the name of that company? Where the ass hat.
Yeah. Okay. So I asked this question for a reason, because I've been dealing with this shit by myself now for a few months, and he knows how much I love Marshe and how much I love Logan. And every time I see him, he shit talks me and says, your favorite tag team is scared and has no balls. And I'm like, it's just not true. They're busy. They've got all kinds of things that they're doing. They just can't drop everything and travel to do what you want them to do. And he's like, no, Steve, they're afraid and they should be. And he sent me a message to read to you. So I don't want to do it because I don't feel I need to perpetuate this.
read the message, Steve.
I know how good you are. I know that I would love to see it, but I need it to be for the right reasons, not for his maniacal self-imposed purposes. But the message is this: to Marshe Rockett, how interesting it is that you are coming to see me, but you're not bringing your little bitch sidekick. It's funny that I've challenged you multiple times and you have not answered the call. And when you're finally making your way to see us, to perform for us, that you're coming as a singles performer. That is all I need to see when it comes to the final level. That tells me that the final level has no level whatsoever. Now, I didn't want to read that. My apologies.
No. So who sent you this message and from what company?
The person that sent me this message is the same one that completely destroyed me a month ago with a steel chair and fractured two of my ribs on the backside, not the front side. I have taken many chair shots over the years, 13 in one sitting from TJ Steele at CSW. But the way this idiot hit me with the chair made me see stars, and I had to sit before I could drive home. This is Frontline Pro Wrestling, and the person that sent the message is Bulletproof Ben McCoy, who is now the creator. And Marshe is slated to fight at Night for Tyler coming up in September. That is true.
What date is that?
That is September the 28th, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So we know Marshe's coming. And obviously, everything else he said is just absolute crap. And I don't condone it. I don't advertise it. And I didn't even really want to read it, but there are people out there that don't understand the power of the final level. And this man is so crazy and just so around the bend. And it's like he's taken Frontline, which was a great promotion, and he's running it into the fucking ground. And I say that with prejudice because we've got great performers like there. Shaq Jordan had the best match of his life versus Quinn Whittick in one of the matches that I will, as I'm old and retired, thinking back to all the great matches that I've called. And I remember a match between Shogun Chris Logan, Marshe Rockett, and Garrison Creed at Chicagoland Championship Wrestling in Michigan City, Indiana, that might have been one of the great triple threat matches the world has ever seen. So I am no stranger to great matches and great people. And guys like Shaq and guys like Ben Evenson, battle-tested Ben, and all the hardworking guys, and a lot of the Wrestle League guys have migrated up to Frontline Pro. The Bro Bros. You've got
Man,
Kid
can I say something
Lack.
real? Can I say something real quick?
Please
Bro
go ahead.
Bros, man, watch out for the Bro Bros. Hell,
Yeah.
me and Marshe gotta probably watch out for the Bro Bros.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I mean, between their charisma and the things that they do in the ring, me and Marshe may have to go. You know what? We got to rethink a little thing. But go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Shout out to the Bro Bros.
So Frontline Pro has kind of become Wrestle League North because
man, man,
you can't throw a quarter and not hit a Wrestle League superstar. They're everywhere. And I know them so well. See, when I got brought in for commentary, all the Wrestle League guys were there, and the commentators are like, well, we've never really worked with these guys. And I'm like, don't worry, I got you. I know these guys like the back of my hand. This is cake for me. I knew Kid Lat was going to be a sensation before he became a sensation. Same thing with the Thundercats. Same thing with all of them. They are well taught. They execute professionalism and first-class entertainment from the minute they get there to the minute they leave. They bust their ass. They're there early. They stay late. They do everything they need to do to tell everybody that Wrestle League is something special. And now this ass clown wants to run it into the ground.
Can I say something real quick?
Yep.
I got a message about Kid Lat about a week and a half ago from the promoter. And he was talking about how great Kid Lat was a professional, how great he was in the ring, and how great he was outside the ring helping everything. Adonis, Thundercat. I've gotten messages about him, about how he's a good kid and he listens. You understand something, man? Those two are the future of Chicago professional wrestling. The things that they can bring to the ring, it makes me emotional. So when I hear these things about how great they are, it's not me, man. It's them. They came with this spirit. They came with this personality that I didn't really do anything. All I did was show them the right way. and it just enhanced what they have. So up in front line, the things that they've done, Shaq, Bros. And then now I know Ben is running things into the ground. I'm just learning about this now. And Ben called me a bitch sidekick.
And he also made reference to that time he challenged you to a match at Frontline, and it was supposed to happen, and it never did. So he has called you out numerous times. He's the creator now. It's a whole different vibe. It's pathetic.
Well, let me ask you this real quick. Hold on, wait. Let me ask you this.
I can be a bitch. I admit that. I can be a bitch, but sidekick.
Hold on, but where are these threats? These threats are coming via how? Via writing them down, text messaging, emailing. Is any of this towards Logan and Mide's face physically? Like he's here right now. He's staring us both in our eyes, saying these words. No,
he's not. You want to know? No, Marshe, listen to this. I just saw Ben up at Legacy. He was with his rookies. I was with my rookies.
No,
it's funny. He's saying all these things online. I got a saying. It's funny that you can be a man behind my back, but a bitch to my face.
Yep. There you go.
I didn't hear none of these things at Legacy.
Yep.
Shout out to Legacy, by the way. Mustafa Xavier, shout out to Legacy. And by the way, just want to put out there that Wrestle League rookie won Legacy's Combine rookie show. So I just want to put that out. Nice. Big shout out to Maya Carras. She was
and Muscle Mommy in the house.
So shout out to her too. Man, Kid Lap performed like crazy too. But go ahead. I'm sorry, Marshe. Go ahead. I had to put that out.
No, you get it. So no, just that just proves my point. Everybody wants to hate on the person when their back is turned. None gets said to the person's face. Nothing. That's what's wrong with a lot of wrestlers these days, because everybody wants to just hop on their phones, hop on their laptops, hop on their devices, and just say, "I really hate the final level. They're trying to go after our longest reign." All this stuff is happening behind our backs. When we're moving forward, they're staying stuck in the past. They're seeing what final level was 10 minutes ago. We're past that. Okay. The creator wants to talk and say that the final level are dodging. Seriously?
And how the fuck am I the sidekick? I'm not the sidekick. I'm the older one. I'm 41. He's 39. He's the sidekick.
Well, I'm just
not calling you a sidekick, Marshe. I'm just saying. I can be a bitch.
You know what he said, right, Red? You know what he said.
And I'm just saying again, so you guys have to understand that every time he's been on here, he's directed it to me. Now, my thing is, I understand both of you gentlemen have lives and other obligations. So that's why I brought it to you one time and I left it on the table.
But if you want to, wait, hold on.
Every time
you call yourself the creator, and you want an opportunity, ain't nothing between us but space and opportunity. Ain't nothing but air and opportunity. Logan, do it with me. There go the air. So where's the opportunity? Don't deliver a message, or however you got that message, Steve. Don't be having him mail you, "I want you to say this to the final level for me." No. You come down here. You got a car, right?
Hey, look, I can see. Can you read his letter for me?
Get your ass down here,
man.
Come settle with me. Boy. He has really made life very difficult for me, and
the thing is, I don't even mind the bitch. It's the sidekick part. Like, that bothers me.
Bother you all night.
He wants to get you up there so he can destroy you, because right now he's trying to destroy everything I love. he knows how much frontline means to me. He knows what all the rest of the league gives me to me. And he's systematically going after all these people and sending me every time he beats down someone and makes somebody bleed, he points at me on commentary. It's like I am, for some reason, the lesson that needs to be learned, and I don't know why. And he left Ben Evenson dead in the ring after he worked him over with a screwdriver. There's blood everywhere. And I just ran from commentary to get him to stop and to get medical out there to help him, because he's bleeding all over the ring. And then I get a chair shot on my back from after. He says, I'm gonna take everything you like, everything you love. And he told me that Marshe is the first thing he's gonna take from me. He knows that I'm your JR. He knows what you mean to me, and he's going to take you away on at night for Tyler.
But he's holding a grudge.
Yeah.
Let's not forget that, Steve. That there used to be this, group Marshe that, you used to pal around with, called the Soul Touchers.
Like Marshe was a sidekick in Soul Touchers. Like I was
and
Willie the Bomb, you were definitely a sidekick to Willie the Bomb.
You remember a match where
I'm sorry, Marshe. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Steve.
No, I understand.
You and Willie beat the McCoys, and,
yes.
And he's been holding that for how many years? He's holding that grudge, saying that we cheated to win that match, and how now he can beat you. He said, honestly, he could beat you and Logan by himself. He didn't need a partner, and how if I was man enough, I would deliver the message, which I did. But he's holding this grudge from, I want to say, Marshe, that this was 2013, 14, 10 years ago, 11 years ago.
So you gonna hold a grudge for that long? It take you that long to get?
But you gotta, Marshe, you gotta understand something though, bro. You gotta understand some Soul Touchers. A lot of people don't understand the history behind the Soul Touchers. Okay, they don't understand that. You guys were dominant for a very, very long time. We're talking about and we're talking about early 2000, an all black stable that was killing it in the Midwest, all the way back to Shakara. Okay. Think about that. All right. Final level, we got our thing, but to me personally, I don't think we can ever touch what Soul Touchers did. By the way, big shout out to Jay Washington. I don't know if he's going to watch this, but yo, Jay, very proud of you and what you're doing right now, man. You out there in Hollywood. You got your own comedy special. He was just on Netflix, man. So big shout out to Jay. But bro, I can see why Ben is still upset. I can see that. But to call me a sidekick when he's upset with you?
it stings like gourmet cookies being thrown away.
Right?
Oh,
yeah.
The cookies.
Yeah, I understand that. I'm so sorry about the cookies.
Now I understand.
Full circle.
You know what? I'm bringing you some cookies Saturday.
Here's my thing. Okay, Soul Touchers beat the McCoys. What was it? What'd you say, Red? 2013?
Yeah.
Okay, so 2013, 10, 12 years ago. All right. Again, that's the past. So it took him 10, 12 years to perfect what he believes to be perfection.
To get the ball, say what it is, to get the ball.
To get the balls to come up. Now, here's the thing. In listening to that, I'm not understanding why he thinks that. I don't know if he thinks that we were just taking time off, if we were just chilling, if we weren't hitting the gym, or if we weren't. We ain't stopped. We have not stopped. 10, 12 years ago, yes, I have grown tremendously. If I knew then and had then what I got now, brother, this would not even be a conversation.
No,
This would not even be a debate. There's nothing to debate.
Honestly, listen, Marshe, who you wrestling up in Frontline on that date? Do you know?
I'll wait till the sheet come. I'll wait till the name come across the sheet. Don't matter to me.
He doesn't tell me anything.
Who's been wrestling on the 28th?
That I can tell you. Ben is in a tag team warfare match. Jack, Ben Evenson, and Swoggle taking on Ben McCoy, Muggsy James, and a mystery partner.
All right, so I see. You know what? I ain't got nothing to do on the 28th. Where's the show going to be at?
It's at Bakersville Bar and Grill. It is a 6 o'clock start in Marshfield, Wisconsin. It's a bit of a haul, brother. I'm not going to lie.
First of all, where the hell is Marshfield at?
It's a drive.
It's about 5 hours up north.
It's
hell.
about 10 hours north of hell. That's where it is. Maybe 10 hours south.
So you trying to tell me is where Jesus left his other son?
That's right.
Pretty much.
All right. Well, hell, how about this? All right, Ben. Ben Dent did challenge me. Things kind of fell through, schedules or whatever. This is actual challenge. And Marshe, can I make this challenge on our behalf?
Sure.
I'm just saying, all Wrestle League shows are now on Thursday or Sundays. Rockett Pro is at the beginning of the month. I ain't got nothing else to do November. December, have a big show coming up in Wrestle League. January, we're not doing anything. Oh, let me take that back. I'm not driving up to Wisconsin during January. Absolutely not. No.
Get your snow tires, baby.
So, I'm just saying. Ben, Final Level sending out a challenge to you and whoever else you want to be a tag partner. Make it happen. I'll put it out there to you, make it happen. We'll make the drive. In fact, Marshe, as long as ain't no snow, we hop in the Corvette and take a ride up to Wisconsin.
That's some Batman and Robin shit.
Shit, say less, baby.
Listen, and look, we ain't gonna say Batman and Robin, all right? Because everybody start talking about sidekick. We're gonna talk about, we talking about
Batman and Superman.
There you go.
Batman.
Hey, Marshe, I'll call you Superman.
Yes.
And by the way, speaking of December, can I go out throw out a shameless plug right here?
I would hope you would, because I was going to say it if you don't.
I'm just saying December Wrestle League. There may be EC3 in the building, and Mustafa Ali in the building. So
and you're back in Homewood for that show.
I'm just saying.
What's that date?
You're in my hometown. Of course I'm going to be there.
Is Ben going to be there?
Can I get booked?
Marshe wants to fight. Wrestle League and Marshe. It's destiny.
And yeah, I got Marshe back then. Yeah. All right. And Steve, clearly, if the Final Level have agreed, I guess I'm taking a car ride with you.
I will drive all three of you up there. You don't have to pay for gas.
Don't tell me that.
I'll
sit in the back seat and go sleep.
Less, baby.
I will chauffeur you all. I will come to your house one by one.
Do not promise me a good time.
I took a wrestling car ride with Marshe, Rockett, Shogun, Chris Logan, and C-Red. And then I can retire and I don't need to do another fucking thing. Because how is it going to get any better than that?
Do not promise me a good time, sir.
Hey, I'm there.
I'm just saying I
just got my wife a new car. So I got comfort for you.
My man. How's that Mustang riding?
It's not as cool as your Corvette, but sometimes I feel like you for like 8 seconds. 8 seconds.
Well, if that's the car you're going up with, Steven, I guess it's okay that you're missing the first playoff game.
Well, I have to. Like I said, there are some
Mhm,
things in
mhm.
November. I would not miss the finals of the knockouts for anything.
I need to come out there. I've been saying for a while I need to come out there, and every time I'm like, I'm gonna go to a show with the Cactus Rack. The problem is something else pops up. I'm like, fuck, I can't go. So I need to go out there. I always want to go to a roller derby show.
You should make it out soon because I'm getting my groove back. I'll say
Yes,
that.
she is. She almost killed a human being at the last show. Literally, almost killed a woman. It was rough.
I've been down and out for a year. I have so much energy
I
to
can hear
waste
it.
right now.
So
hear it.
violent. What was I going to say? I had a train of thought and it just got derailed. I had
And
something.
you just lost it.
So while
No,
we're
you
here,
said in
Marshe,
November.
don't forget he owes you a jacket.
I do. We got to get jackets now.
You got
I
a jacket
promise you
made?
for 2 years I've been promising you a jacket. I'm going to be good on it. But by
What's
the end
my
of the
what's
year,
my appearance count on this show?
This is number 12.
Wait,
No.
hold on. If I don't get it, listen. If I don't get a jacket,
Well, I have to give you matching jackets. I mean, I can't do like final level, but yeah, Marshe, this is number 12. I was going back through the annals.
So this is my 12th appearance?
12th appearance.
Are you sure it's not 15? I had it at 15.
Did you have it at 15? I thought we had it. Well, maybe it's 15.
So
maybe
it's 12 on the Power Hour.
Oh,
But if
yeah.
you
The
remember,
last man standing.
Last man standing, you were on 3 times. So that's where you're at 15.
That's okay. Yeah, so 15.
Okay.
15.
All right.
But we'll get you back
12,
there.
12 here. Okay.
You said November. The only reason I'm missing knockouts in November to go to Frontline is because I get to be on a show with Kurt Angle. I mean, there's just no way.
you can't beat that. You can't miss
I get
that.
to interview Kurt Angle in the middle of the ring for 20 minutes. That's the pinnacle of that'll be the best interview for me since Jim Ross. So
I mean, I
just
actually
some
met him
things I
one
have
time.
to do. There's just some things I have to do.
Marshe, were you at that show for WrestleFest when Kurt Angle and Kevin Nash, Scott Hall was there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they had Eric Bischoff there. They had
Mhm. Funny story. I think that was the same show because I was at that. But that was the last show, wasn't it?
No, that was the second to last.
Okay.
I wasn't at the last WrestleFest show.
Okay.
That was the second.
Okay, so yeah, I remember meeting them. But I still remember the last show, and that was one of those. Wow, that was definitely an experience, that show. In fact, I remember we ran over time, and the main event that I was in, Fight TV cut it off.
Ooh. Oh.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
So I'll never be able to see that whole match.
But it lives in your mind's eye forever, doesn't it?
Yeah, I barely remember that, bro. I barely. When I was like, it's funny because, like I said, Shaq sent me a thing. He wanted me to write down all my accolades I've ever done, and I'm writing everything down. And when I sent it to him, something else clicked. I was like, shit, I forgot about that. So I sent him that. And after I sent him that, I was like, shit, I forgot about this. And then I was shit, when you go through so much in your life, and probably Shaq and C-Red both can attest to this, you forget what you actually accomplished in Chicago in the Midwest. And I know C-Red, man, that man has accomplished so much as a manager. He's managed so many champions. So he can put that on his resume, and I guarantee C-Red will start writing things down, and he'll forget about a person and then feel bad about he didn't write this person down because that person was important, but this other person was important. Same thing with Marshe. I guarantee Marshe can start writing all kinds of things down and go, damn, I forgot about this. I forgot about that. So you forget because you've done so much. Like I've done so much. I didn't even realize I did so much. I sent the list off to my wife and she's like, you should be proud of it. And I'm just kind of like, I am, but I'm one of those guys that just kind of I wouldn't say push it to the side, but it's like, I always feel like I can do more, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. No, I get that. Funny thing. Which I wish I knew who created it, but the funny thing is so there's a Wikipedia page. Okay.
Really?
So there's a Wikipedia page that somebody has created. It's about
Is it
70,
is it is it
78% accuracy.
about you, or is it about
It's
William?
about me.
Is it about William Charlie Paul William?
It's about me. Where they had like championship belts that I won. They didn't cover all of it, but they got pretty close on it. But that's the funny thing is like if you ever, and I always tell these guys, if you ever being in the business, just if you want true shits and giggles, just Google yourself to see what
I
some of the
have.
things come up.
I have.
This shit is
It's
wild, bro.
dude. I Googled myself, and there's a website that has every pro wrestler. I don't know if it's the world or like United States, and every win and every title they've ever had.
What's the website say?
You just Google. I'm telling you, Google yourself. It'll pop up.
CageNet. CageNet.
Yeah,
Say it again.
CageNet.
Yeah. And it's crazy. They are almost like 80% accurate
Okay.
on like everything I've done. And it's kind of crazy.
Did they tell you your wins and losses?
Yes.
CageNet. All right. When I get off of this, I gotta go peep.
Yeah, because like I'm on my phone right now. Because I'm gonna Google Marshe all day.
I'm already on Wikipedia. So I'm trying. I didn't know I didn't know you were the Wisconsin Pro Sheboygan Lakers champion at one point. I didn't know that, Marshe. See, I learned something.
I did win that one. And still reigning and defending.
And
I mean, still reigning, not defending, but still reigning.
First of all, I am upset because they said you were the UAPW tag team champion with Acid Jazz. That's false. You were the UAPW. You were the UAPW with none other than me.
I did say it was 78% accuracy. Keep that in mind. I didn't say 99.9%. I said 78%. And technically, they put me down. Isn't it listed as having won that championship just one time?
Yeah.
See? It was wrong right there.
So
I've won that belt 2 times.
I know.
What was the other thing? And it also says, I think it said that I started in 2006. That wasn't my debut.
Hold on, let me look. It says debut 2003. And that
okay. Oh, so they fixed it. Okay. Thank you. See?
Fixed it.
Now it's 81% accurate.
You want to hear something funny, Marshe? Here's the funny thing. When I first was like, I've always been interested in pro wrestling, starting in it. And then I still remember, I'll never forget this. I was at work. I was a laborer for the city of Chicago. We just finished not paving. We just finished doing a speed hump. And I'm on my phone, and this is back in the day, you know, how technology was. We talking about 2003. And I still remember.
We're going back to flipping days, huh?
Listen, I'm looking at, no bullshit, I'm looking at Windy City Pro Wrestling website page. And I still remember seeing your picture. Skinny Marshe had to be about maybe 182 pounds, if that.
Oh, you're so kind. I was 175, but yes, I will take the 182.
Look, in these long leather white pants.
Oh Lord.
The baggy. You had 2 black elbow pads, wrist taped up black. And I still remember seeing that, and I was like, man, I think I could take him if I became a pro wrestler. Right? I still remember doing that because I was looking up to train at Windy City Pro Wrestling. Because I remember the commercials. I see you guys understand something. I remember the commercials when I was a kid. Channel 25, 7:00 Tuesdays, Windy City Pro Wrestling. And one of the commercials, it always popped up. Do you want to be a pro wrestler? What about a manager? We could train you to be a referee. I remember all of that. So that stuck in my mind from a kid to when I became an adult. And I still remember this other picture. And this what made me want to join Windy City Pro Wrestling. I'm not gonna lie to you. You guys gonna probably lose your shit. See Red, get ready. There was a guy, and his profile picture popped up. And he had this mask on. It was a half mask. And it was a do-rag. And he had the glove. And he was looking at the camera. And the name said DTA. And I'm not gonna lie to you, his character made me want to join Windy City Pro Wrestling. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Oh shit. ETA watches this show. He watches this to hear that you said that.
Oh, he's crying right now. I swear to God, as soon as you post this video, he's gonna cry. He's gonna call me crying. He's gonna be like, hey Joe. I always knew you.
He's been on this show. Bachelor. We had him as a guest.
I'm just a bachelor.
I am in talks right now. Well, not in talks. I'm slowly trying to get him to come out of retirement for certain things.
I told his ass to come out of retirement and face me one time, and you know what he did to me? He was like, maybe, but you ain't gonna chop me like that. And I was like, bruh, I'm sure you're gonna get some good shots in too. He looked at me like I had two heads and I was cross-eyed. He ain't.
The DTA, big shout out to DeAndre. He helped me mold who Shogun is. I'll never take that away from him.
I love that dude anyway. He's good people. He's always very nice to me. So I got nothing but love for that guy.
I never take nothing.
Hey Logan.
Oh man. Oh my God.
Is that the guy? Is that the guy?
Your head's right in front of him.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Where
was that at?
I don't remember.
Oh, that's War. Or Slam?
But here you go. This is a better picture. There you go.
There are those leather pants.
Oh my God, those leather pants.
That was when I switched it up.
Hey man, did you go to hot spots for those? Was those hot spots?
Isaiah made those. Isaiah made those ones. Those ones, but he was still making. He was still making my stuff.
Shout out to Isaiah. He's doing a great job with some of the guys over at Freelance. So shout out to Isaiah too.
And I can still wear those. Okay. All right.
Freelance is a fun place to watch a show. It's really cool. They do good work there. Guys, thank you so much again for being on the show tonight. You guys are very busy this month. Obviously, Shogun's got super wrestlers. We got Wrestle League coming up next week. Marshe, you're in a triple threat match at CSW against some very strong, tough talent. So that'll be.
I just saw that.
You just saw that? They don't. What do they just say? Come on, Marshe, we're gonna give you some people.
Yeah, I was just like, damn, man. They just keep seeing. This is the thing. They just keep throwing I'm on multi-man matches all the time. So when you sit up there and say, "Are we worried about interference coming in?" Hell no, man. I always got eyes in the back of my head. Somebody always trying to scope me behind when I'm not looking.
Yeah, you
got this thing. Bullshit.
Marston, that's gonna be that'll be rough.
Dear CSW. That's all I'm gonna say.
The final level, taking on the incumbent Joey Avalon and Sierra for the tag team titles.
Oh my God! Listen,
hey,
right.
The final level.
I'm gonna be real.
Not prejudice. They are not prejudiced.
Listen, I'm gonna be real with you. Please go back and look at the history between me and Joey Avalon. Me and Joey have had some battles. In fact, we wrestled not that long ago. And I would love to wrestle both of them. I'll wrestle that match for free.
They are on a roll as CSW tag team champions. And Avalon is scary enough, but you don't want to fuck with Sierra.
That's honestly,
you don't want to fuck with that girl.
I want her in a one-on-one. I want her in a one-on-one. Like
He's badass.
that's honestly that's one of my dream matches. 1-on-1, me and her.
She is
I
tough.
ain't listen, I ain't scared of her a lot. So let's make that happen.
All right,
But
Jason Hades, wherever you are, Shogun wants to come home to CSW. God, I would love that. Wouldn't that be great? God, the final level at CSW.
I keep saying, final
Well,
level.
you know what?
collect
There's
some
rumor
belts.
has it that the general manager job might be up. TJ Steele might have to compete against someone to be the new general manager of CSW later on this year. And somebody, that likes y'all got to be general manager, maybe I could make some moves.
Hey,
But Steve,
whatever.
they've seen you.
Is it you?
Yeah.
Red, are you going to be that guy? Just never know. You never know. This Saturday night, Marshe, Rockett, Shogun, Chris Logan, collectively, they are the final level. They are the top of the tag team world. They go after their titles one more time, taking on the 3 rings at Rockett Pro Wrestling's Fall Brawl. It's going to be amazing. Fan access at 2:00. The show starts at 5. Guaranteed, this is going to be one of the great shows we'll be talking about. Season 6, starting off with a bang.
And the Fan Fest.
Fan Fest at 2:00. Come out and see your favorite superstars in a setting you've never seen them before.
And
Whoa,
the
PX. Is PX calling a timeout?
Yes,
I sure am.
his last time out.
All right,
The
your
last time out.
It's your last show, PX. It's your final timeout with the final level. What have you got to say?
And while you guys are waiting for Rocket Pro to start back up, be sure to check out the Lovely Intoxicated movie on the LIM YouTube channel. You never know who pops up in the movie. There definitely could be some Rocket Pro cameos featured throughout.
More Easter eggs than Wolverine and Deadpool. That's what
Damn right.
Great movie, by the way.
Oh my God. I could
It's so
watch it
good.
100 times and love it 100 times.
Are we talking about Deadpool and Wolverine? Or
Yeah, we're talking about
Yeah,
Marvel
for a second,
Genius.
I was a little confused.
Marvel Genius. Come on
I'm
now,
still
Pat.
lost. Which one? Which one are we talking about?
We're talking about Cactus, you wanted to say some nice things about PX in closing, so we'll give the floor to you as we take this home.
Okay. Sure.
I'm trying to make the people happy.
Okay. Well, I didn't have anything planned to say, but I guess I'm shooting from the hip right now.
Happy
Speak from the
trails.
heart.
Bye.
Speak from the
Anything
heart.
like that.
Pat, Pax, top fan, I guess. I'm really glad that you hopped onto the podcast, and I'm really glad that you came into my life and Andrew's life through wrestling. You are a great personality. I think you can do big things in wrestling. I think you have the makings of a great manager. If you want to do that instead of doing backstage interviews, but you're really good at that too. I just see the stars for you, Pat, and I want you to reach for them, okay?
I promise you I will, and I love you guys.
Good. We love you too. And I better see you at Super Wrestlers.
Oh, I'll be there. I got my ticket literally when we pulled out of the parking lot after Super Wrestlers 5. No joke.
It's a
Oh,
tradition.
I am a procrastinator, so I will get mine 2 days before as usual.
It
Very
is a tradition. Super Wrestlers. It's good stuff. The final level, we appreciate you guys. Again, I've said it once, I've said it, and we were talking earlier about, what wrestling means to you and all the things that you've done and the list you were making for Shaq and all that. We're on Cage Match looking at Marshe's things. There's a reason why we say what we say about you. When we posted things, professionalism, leadership, these are all qualities of people that make wrestling better. And in my 12 years in this business, I have watched you from day one till right now make every locker room that I see you in a better place. Always with a kind word, always with helpful hints, always giving back. Making wrestling greater. That's your legacy. Yes, you've had gold. Yes, you've had TV. Yes, you've done all of these things. And that's amazing. But to me, your legacy is the people you've helped along the way, is the advice you've given, not knowing what people are going through, just being there. And that's what makes the final level special. And that's what makes us gravitate toward you, because you are the bar. And you're the bar physically, you're the bar leadership wise, and you raise it each and every time you perform, compete, and hang around after a show, talking to people, helping them. Your students benefit from your wisdom. The wrestlers that are working around you benefit from your experiences and you taking time to talk to them. And I sit back there and I watch each and every show, each and every time, as you guys do what you do. And I want to go home most of the time, but I don't want to miss the life lessons. And that's what you guys do. So on behalf of everybody that work in this business in one form or another, whether it be wrestler or enhancement talent, we wouldn't be as good without you, and the business wouldn't be as good without you. So thank you for being the final level.
Appreciate that.
Thank you. Those words mean a lot. It hits a certain point where you don't realize how important you are to people. Marshe has been very important to me in my career. He has helped me actually become a better wrestler. He's given me hints. He's given me advice. So I guess that's why I am the sidekick. But he has given me a reason why to be better in professional wrestling. So I want to say thank you to Marshe. I want to say thank you to Rockett Pro Wrestling. Thank you to my students for making me look good, if you want to say, and my students, and I make my students look good as well. So I always talk about I'm a reflection of them; they're a reflection of me. Marshe, thank you so much for being my tag partner. Thank you so much for going with the ideas that I had, and vice versa, because we both were bouncing ideas off each other. Thank you for giving me the reason to stay into professional wrestling, because at one point, a lot of people don't know this, I was ready to call it quits. And honestly, Marshe gave me the reason to keep going. So I just want to say thank you to everybody. Marshe, Rockett Pro Wrestling, and thank you.
Wow.
I mean, I would be here all day with all my thank yous. So I'm just gonna say I'm the thank you to the whole universe, everybody in it. Yeah, the only way we make it in this business, hell, even in this world, in this life, is together. So I'm glad that we can sit up here and because you're right, we don't know what battles people are secretly facing, what struggles, what mistakes, what failures they feel like are hindering them. But I'm glad that we can offer some semblance of peace, bring a little joy, and just remind them that, all these things, these too shall pass, and there's like a brighter light at the end of the tunnel. So, yeah, I want to thank everybody who, as much as people sit up there and say that, I've helped them, they help me right back. So there's no lesson given that is lost. That's for true. I'm a very firm believer in that. You can always find the good in any situation. All you have to do is just look for it. And right now, the good that I'm looking for this Saturday is I got Chris Logan, Marshe Rockett back together, final level. Ain't no obligations other than to sit up there and win the tag team titles, whoop ass, take some more names and whoop some more ass, drink some liquor, get some gourmet cookies, and kick some more ass all day, every day until we beat the Idols record as the longest reigning 2-time Rockett Pro World Tag Team Champions. That's my stake on that.
And if you're not excited about this Saturday after listening to that, then you just don't like wrestling and you probably shouldn't watch this show anymore. I want to thank Marshe, Rockett, and Shogun Chris Logan. I want to thank Cactus and C-Red and Rion and PX on his final show. Don't miss Rockett Pro this Saturday. Don't miss Shogun Chris Logan at Super Wrestlers and Wrestle League. Don't miss Marshe, Rockett at CSW and Frontline Pro. You can see these guys all over the place. Get out there and watch them fight. You'll understand why we love them so damn much. Next week on this show.
I have a quick plug.
Whoa,
You forgot.
Oh, the minors.
Saturday is the minors bout. And
that's on me.
My child, my Nepo baby, is debuting her new character Mothra on the Haunters. So if you're not going to Rockett Pro and not going to see the final level and you're in the Homewood area, come cheer on the future of contact sports. Please and thank you.
The Homewood Auditorium is better for the knockouts being there. I've said it once, I've said it 100 times. Next week on this show, Billy Whack returns to talk to us about Super Wrestlers Volume 6.
Hey, if it's possible,
what now?
If it's possible, can I come on that show just to say some words about Billy Whack, please?
If you want to be on the Power Hour, Chris Logan, you just tell me you're going to be there, and I'm gonna send you.
You can super kick the door down, Logan. I don't think you really have to ask. Like,
yeah, I don't think I'm not really someone you have to ask. You just have to say, "I'm gonna come on the Power Hour," and I'll be like, "I'll give you the."
I was about to say, you so humble. Look at that. He's no sidekick. He's so humble.
No, real talk. I'm sorry. I know we got to end things, but if you give me just like 10 minutes, that's all I ask for.
On next week's show.
Yes, sir.
Because if you want 10 more minutes now, I'm glad to do whatever you say.
Can I say this in real quick? You can cut this out. You can edit anything.
I don't know how to edit.
Okay. So this is to Billy Whack, and this is a shoot. Thank you so much for what you've done for my career. Billy Whack is the reason why that the Shogun got put out there. If it wasn't for Billy Whack, I would have probably wrestled in a very small town in front of a few people. So I really want to say thank you so much to Billy Whack for everything he has done for me and how he has always cared about how my character was represented and how he wanted to see big things for me. So I want to say thank you so much to Billy Whack. Thank you.
Well, we'll have you on the show next week to say thank you in person. So that's next week on the Power Hour. Go to Rockett Pro, go to the knockouts, go somewhere this weekend and have some goddamn fun because life's too short. Thanks for watching. Good night, everybody, and we'll see you round the bend. All right, that's it. We're done.
No, it's not. It's still recording.
It's not still recording.
Yeah,
it is still recording.
It says
Oh,
recording.
it's not over. Well, then I'm going to stop it. What the fuck is happening here?
But you
How
really
did
cannot
you suddenly
edit.
lose the stop recording?
What's with you in
button?
technology,
Still recording.